This is Jack White with another Monday morning message from your Capital District Growth Team. This one for August 10, 2009. This is the fourth in my own series of messages about building stronger Kiwanis clubs, ones that will attract new members and not lose quite so many out the proverbial back door. Last month's message in this series was about President-elect training, and I frankly expected to get some comments, and I did. Tom Varner, our next governor-elect, who has been a leader of district training for years, sent me a thoughtful and respectful 6-point rebuttal to this message. You may recall that last time I outlined what I considered to be shortcomings in our President-elect training, and I emphasized that less than half of all Kiwanians who lead clubs in the Capital District have had any training for their jobs. To me, this is a disgrace and a systematic failure of our current process. Tom's letter noted correctly that the President-elect curriculum is prepared at the district level by something called the Leadership Development Committee. He also noted that district rules require that all clubs choose their presidents-elect, in fact all their officers and their directors, by the second week of May. That's for the coming year. And yet, many clubs have not even chosen incoming presidents by that time, much less presidents-elect. As a result, when training for incoming presidents is held, some clubs don't know who that person will be, and obviously those people do not attend the training. With proper guidance, I suggest, the lieutenant governors can monitor club elections in their divisions, and for any club that does not meet the deadline and refuses to get to work on it, call in the district trustee or even the governor. In short, make this rule meaningful and enforce it. Tom also noted that lieutenant governors are charged with seeing that the training takes place in each division at a proper time and place, and this is important, lieutenant governors are charged with seeing that the incoming presidents are present for that training. And here's where the breakdown occurs. Besides, nobody's saying that clubs choose new presidents on time. The lieutenant governors, for whatever reasons, have been unable to get many of the new presidents to show up for their training sessions. Moreover, my own experience has been that the training given at these sessions, and I've attended a number of them, is not adequate to get a newly elected president ready to run his or her club. And much of the problem is time. Too much needs to be covered in too little time. In the last message, I suggested that we adopt the Rotary model and have mandatory overnight training sessions in different areas of the district each year, run by the district, with multiple instructors for each panel, and that we require presidents-elect to attend on the penalty of not taking office. That's right. If you're not trained at one of those sessions, you cannot become president. I say the current system is broken because too many clubs do not elect incoming presidents on time, and then they snub their noses at the training that is offered. As a result, untrained presidents are installed who know little about running a successful Kiwanis club, and the current rules give no one the authority to do anything about it. Yet, those clubs that have the untrained leaders tend to be the smallest and the weakest. In fact, the clubs where good training is needed the most. You know, it's a vicious cycle. Tom Varner told me something else. He said plans are underway for a new type of district-run training that will be done remotely, using a computer system like Adobe's Connect Pro. You'll sit down at a computer and receive live interactive instruction from one or more sources far away. And this could be an improvement because the quality of the training would be uniform, and hopefully each training module would be expertly prepared. With that said, I believe it would be a huge mistake to move our entire training process online. Many of you know that I was one of the very early computer adapters, and today I live a pretty high-tech life. But as I told Tom, A greenhorn preparing to take over a Kiwanis club, besides information, needs TLC and face-to-face time with people who have done the job before successfully. And they need a chance to interact with other presidents-elect, something that online training simply cannot offer. A while back, another district leader told me about plans to move the more rote aspects of our leadership training online, and I supported it. Topics like how Kiwanis is organized, all the forms you have to fill out, the deadlines you have to meet, these and other rote subjects could be taught very well by interactive computer programs. But things like how to be a leader, how to work with a board of directors, how to motivate reluctant members to get involved, those and many others I suggest are best taught face-to-face in a live group setting. And presidents-elect need time to interact with each other, what some would call break time or hallway education. Well, where does this leave us? First, I am glad that the district is willing to try new approaches to the critical task of training its club leaders. And Tom Varner noted that only the district board could make president-elect training mandatory. But I suggest that begs the question. Guidance on this matter should come from the people involved most heavily in training our presidents-elect, which is the Leadership Development Committee. They know firsthand where the current system works and where it does not. And I suggest they should be bending the ears of district board members and making proposals for a complete revamping of our training, including more topics, more time, and especially mandatory attendance. I would not spend so much time talking about this if I didn't think it was critical for our district and even Kiwanis to begin growing again. Please know also that I have only the highest regard for the present team of district trainers. For years they have worked at considerable personal expense with little recognition to help new club leaders learn their jobs. But I suggest more is needed, and I hope that these two messages will stimulate some thoughtful discussion by our leaders. Why? Because the future of Kiwanis is literally at stake. That's your Monday morning message for August 10th from the Capital District Go team. This is Jack White. Thank you for listening.